Sorry to be the bearers of bad news, but we do need to report on the differences between these units. A lot of people are saying maybe you shouldn't sell your Colorsoft to get the 16. You're absolutely right. This is the Signature Edition body 2025. This one has a different backing, different plastic construction, different packaging, etc. And this is the brand new 16. So we have the 2025 16 on the left and the 2025 32GB Signature Edition on the right. Both of these devices have existed in the past. This simply uses the Signature Edition body, and this one uses the 16GB regular Paperwhite body. But they are both the regular Paperwhite and the regular Signature Edition, except have color array filters laid on top of the actual devices. Before we get into the actual body constructions and everything, we need to do a side-by-side. So the differences between these two are as follows. The Signature Edition features 32 gigs onboard storage, while the regular Colorsoft only features 16 gigabytes. The 32 gigabyte Signature Edition comes in at 218 grams versus the regular 16 gig Colorsoft coming in at 215 grams. They both have the exact same packaging recycled material percentage, and the body construction is identical minus the color change. This has metallic black, and this only has regular black. Furthermore, there is no wireless charging on the 16 gigabyte because it's from the regular Paperwhite, not the Signature Edition, and the light sensor is omitted from the top of the bezel. Moving away from the boxes themselves, which no longer really matter, we have the two units side by side, and much like for the beginning video portions of this, the 16 will remain on the left and the 32 on the right. Aside from the color, which we've already showed you, they both have the little rainbow smiley face, and they both have writing on the bottom, unlike the 2024 model that has no writing on the bottom or FCC stamps of any kind. You will see the black is different. This is metallic black. This is just regular matte black. Outside of that, they have a slight weight difference, as we already alluded to, and that's basically it. Let's crack them open and turn them on. Now we do have the exact same firmware on both of these. We put the 5.18.3, I believe. You can double check that by going to settings, clicking on the dots, and going to device info. You can also click the top and remove the glow light. They both have the exact same glow light. They have the same warm light, but we'll allude to the differences of the automatic adjustment in a second. Now, you don't really have to have the glow light on to any degree, so it's not really that big of a deal. But one of the hardware differences we have noticed is that the 16 gig is more blue, and you can see this is the exact same shot, and you'll see right here that the colors are indeed different. So you'll see them side by side. This one has more kind of reds in it, and this has more purples in it. It's slightly different. It's not by a long shot, and you can see the warm lights are both set to 0. They're both completely off, and we've cranked the 24 to max, and they're the exact same top and bottoms and everything, but we do have a little bit of difference in the overall brightness. They're pretty much the same intensity, just the degree of Kelvin is a little bit different, so we're not sure what this is referring to, whether it's kind of a malfunction or if it's something that is just what they've planned on the 16 gigabyte. Now, they both do have the color section where you can go to standard and vivid. You can change these just by switching them like that. They're very simple to switch, and this is really the only control you have across these devices. There's no brightness enhancement, vivid enhancement, color control, vibrancy. There's none of that. They actually get rid of that from a lot of the competitors like bigme and Onyx, and the ones that really give you the full customization. We'll keep these both at 16 just to turn the intensity down a little bit. Now, really the only differences, as we saw right there, is the auto brightness, and we're gonna have auto brightness on the one with the light sensor, the 32 gig, because it has the light sensor at the very top, which will command the auto brightness. Now, you do still both have scheduling. You can schedule the brightness based off of the time of day, when to add warm light, etc., but you will not have the actual dedicated toggle for auto brightness because it has no piece of hardware to help manage that. So let's go back to 16 right here, and now we are going to go to the all settings, and we should have the exact same thing across both. Nothing here really says anything about wireless charging. It'll just kind of charge when you put it on a wireless charging pad, and then you'll see the little lightning bolt appear. But outside of that, it's going to just be the exact same thing. We're logged into the same library. You have all of your books, all of your content, everything that we've ever looked at, and everything we've downloaded and whatnot. Now, there's going to be no differences in the physical hardware of these. So if you click on something, they're going to pretty much start at the same time, just based off of your internet, where you are in your house, etc. They're not any different when it comes to the power, the RAM, the processing speed, the battery life, anything like that. Although this is probably just an anomaly, but this one hung up a long time to download and this one didn't. I can't say anything conclusively whether that's something that is an issue, but it looks pretty identical. But a lot of people have this question in their mind that, are the Paperwhite devices faster than the color devices? And that's not really a question. In fact, if you search our channel for eink color myths, you'll see that we have dispelled any sort of question as to whether color or not is slower, and it is not. We're just going to get to a color page here. Color devices do not utilize power to draw from the device itself, the circuit board, etc., to pull power to make color. That's not what's happening here. This is literally almost like this. You are putting a film over your device like that, so you can still see through it, but you get a color array film that has a pattern that when the light goes through it, it creates color. It is not something that is powered. It is not active. It is passive. It is physically a layer that is on top of a black and white screen to make color. It's not any slower. It's not any bigger. That's not the issue with the speed. This will be the exact same as the Paperwhite. Look how different that is in the colors, honestly. I was surprised to see the brightness play a huge role in the differences in between the 16 and the 32. I thought this was just a general carryover from the Paperwhite, and they put the same color array filter. They must have done something different, because evidently it is different. The blues are different, the greens are different, and again we have the exact same vivid control, color control, same brightness set, no warm light, nothing like that. So everything is exactly identical across the two units. We have schedule off, we have standard and standard, page color. So I'm not sure why this is more blue and this one is more on the kind of redder side of the color wheel, but all things considered, this is the 16 gigabyte versus the 32 gigabyte. Is the 16 gigabyte version worth an upgrade over this? No, you're going back. All they've done is scaled back the features that this has inherently as the signature edition, and they've just released the 16. The same goes for if you're looking to get a older 2024 Colorsoft, the one that was released last year that has no writing on the back. There's no point if you have this to get this. All you're doing is going forward in recycled plastics, but you're just adding more waste because you're increasing your consumer load. There's really, we're just splitting hairs with our investigations and our reporting. There's no reason to go outside of any of these if you already have one. The experiences are going to be equally identical. The only thing I would say is if you bought the 16 and you wanted more storage and wireless charging, then you would have to buy the signature edition. But honestly, this whole saga of the Colorsoft stuff creeping up on us, and the new one coming out, and the 2025 being slightly ever so uselessly different than the previous model, it's really not that big of a deal. At the end of the day, they're all going to perform well. They're all going to have your Kindle content on it. They're all going to have your Kindle account management, and they're all going to give you the exact same content from the store on both of these. None of them are throttled. They both have the exact same software. You can log into any account you want. It's going to be a really good experience either way. Amazon has the largest collection of content in the entire world. Be that as it may, This is the 16 versus the 32, the regular versus the signature edition, both 2025 releases, as you can see on the back of the boxes. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them down below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.